Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining us here on Zambia Blog Talk Radio. I am your host today, Matilda Mava Lucas, and it is a pleasure to see you all joining in. And it's just uh, a great thing to be able to see today. Not everybody made it to see today. So we count it as a blessing, and I thank you for joining you. So welcome. Sitting in today for Pastor Nathan Kama. He's not here. He is attending a conference and that will share more information. Those who are in the Dallas area, please, please, please make it to that conference. You don't want to miss that. And I will share more details at the end. So today I'm very, very excited because I have three amazing people joining us today. Have you ever thought of wanting to do something? You just wish you had money and you can help people on the streets, you can help the poor and all that, but you look in your bank account and you just say, I don't have money. Oh my goodness, I wish I had money. And days, months, weeks are going by before you know it, it's years. But here are three amazing young people that are doing something. They're not waiting for Oprah to write that check. They're not waiting for Bill Gates and Oprah and all that. They're doing their own thing. They have the cloud. But here are people using their own means to help. And today's show is titled "Not All Heroes Wear Capes." So we have our super girls or super women and superman here on the show. And just diving into it, I will introduce our first guest. Our first guest is Maggie Mwamba. Maggie, welcome.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
All right, how are you?
Good, good, thanks. And you?
I'm all right, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're going to talk about what Maggie does, but I do want to. This shout out is important because we're going to talk about it in the show. Whenever you've seen my Facebook pictures and I'm looking all glammed up and they're saying, "Wow, you look good," this is the young lady responsible. She's the one who makes sure that my makeup and hair is done whenever I'm at events. Those pictures where you say, Mwali Wama, it's Maggie. So that's the lady behind uh behind all that glamour. Maggie, it's so good to have you here.
Thanks.
And I know we talked about makeup and it will come up in the show, but today I want to highlight what you are doing. Maggie is a resident in Florida in the Orlando area. And those of you who know her, you might see some of these posts on her Facebook or WhatsApp stories where she's saying, guys, if anyone can help, send some money. We're doing an outreach. So Maggie is the founder of KJN Children's Compassion Outreach. Maggie, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Um, so the KJN Foundation is something that I like to help with the kids. It's an inspiration that came from being a mother. And then I also know how it's hard, feeding the kids. And then we easily get to eat 3 meals a day. And then you go outside, you see the homeless, young kids, street kids, anybody. And then they haven't eaten even for like days or like even a day. So I just like to help them as with whatever I have, sharing. and the importance of caring of human being.
Hmm. Okay, great. And for
Mhm.
those who are curious, what does KJN stand for?
So it's the initials from my kids. That's where I get the inspiration from, and also my mom. So those are the first initials for my children, and then I get that also when I was young, my mom had an out TUSO organization for feeding people. So I always all used to go with her, help her, and then feed the poor and the people in need, feed them, and also give them clothes. And then is I think it's that's where it started from. And then I just find myself like having every time I go visit Africa, Zambia, it's always people that's in need all the time. Like there's no way you could not just have a heart for that.
Okay, wonderful. I believe we have a picture
Yes,
of the KJN, the ones whose initials belong to. If we could show that picture, and
yes,
amazing.
that was the.
And so you know what I love about this, Maggie? Your kids are Americans, and but they are learning their roots, and they're helping. This is good. This is really good. I'm so happy to
Yes.
see that. And who
Thanks.
is K? Who is J? Who is N here?
K is the first one, Candace. J is Jeremiah, and N is for Nana. So this is something that I want them when they grow up to take over and help, people generally and have the caring, just like how we've had over here. So yeah.
That's wonderful. So I know we are very limited on time with you, so we will just get right into it. So you've been feeding children, and where do you find these children? And how long
So
have you been doing
mostly,
this?
I've been doing this since 2010, but I only been doing that like on like Thanksgiving, Christmas, um, all these holidays. So whenever I have it, I just it's when you go to Zambia, it's easy. Like you just go outside, they're everywhere. People are hungry,
Hmm.
people they need clothes. When you get down and talk to them, it's easy. You easily find these people. And then I remember one time last the other time I went to Zambia, after eating KFC outside, and then I see how these other people treated the street kids. All they needed was food. So that just touched my heart. And I'm like, not a lot of people remember them, but we have to remember, even though we have, I feel like if you have a place to stay, food to eat, like you blessed. So we don't have to wait. Oh, I need to have a million. I need to do this now. With I believe with anything you can help. You don't have to wait for nothing.
Hmm.
Even one person
So
you feed it goes a.
how do you
Mhm.
fund them? Where do you get the money to feed these kids?
I find them anywhere in Africa, and then when the money is whatever, you know, I make with my income. So even if I'll just it's a sacrifice that you do, and then you have to have a passion for it. So you cannot
Hmm.
depend on if it doesn't go well, whatever. But if you have a passion for it, God always makes a way and provides. And then also, thank God, I have a good team. My friends and family, they always come together, help each other, be on one accord. And then it's not about us, but about the people that's in need.
Hmm. And ladies and gentlemen, those who are listening, I know I talked about the makeup Maggie does. What she's also not saying is when we engage Maggie for her services, not only does she do makeup, she also does hair.
Yes.
A good percentage of that goes to feeding the children. Now, this number is staggering. How much of that goes to your outreach program? Like what percentage?
Oh, I like 95%, 97%. So whenever
Ye-
people have me, it's whatever I use, my own money, and then just, reach out and give out.
So, so ladies, you want to have your makeup done, and Maggie says it's such an amount. Don't say, "Oh my gosh, my makeup now kudula." Others can be kudula, but Maggie's the proceeds from that is going to feed children. So when you engage her in
Yes.
your services, in her services, that is going out to help. But you can't always do
Yes.
everyone's makeup. And I know it's something that's in the works. Those who want to learn how to apply makeup, Maggie will be offering services, and some of those proceeds will be going to that. I believe we also have some footage to on when you have fed the children. Could you, once we run that footage, you can let us know when that was. Was it the Christmas, or was it just a regular feeding day? If we could run that
Okay.
footage, please. Right. So on in that particular video, was it a special occasion, or is it just one of those regular days when you're feeding them?
No, it's just a regular day, random day, gather them, just feeding them. And then it's mostly for the
Wow.
children, but we started out with 50, but more than that came. So even grown-ups, so we first have to cater to the children. But of course, grown-ups come, anybody, we don't want to run out of food or, school supplies, clothes. We don't want to run out of that and then not give them. So that's why it's important to reach out. I, I cannot just
Okay.
do it by myself. If anybody has a heart to give and help, it goes towards the right foundation.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Maggie,
Yes.
just with every response you're giving, it just touching my heart. I'm just so, so amazed. And I know it's something that you and your mother are doing, but who are those people in there? Is it family and friends? Is it people that you're paying? Are the ones who are helping you to cook and make sure that the feeding process goes well?
So it's my mom's team and family and friends, my mom's team. So and then sometimes she will hire like some volunteers that need transportation and all that stuff. So after a while, I do have to pay some other people. You know how Zambia is, foreign countries.
I
It's not like
know.
we got it like that. We gotta find transportation, feed the people that's coming to help, and all that. So it goes a long way. It's so much more.
Now,
But
is
we
it the
sign up
same?
for it and we.
Is it the
Hmm.
same children that you're feeding, or are you located in one area? Is it different children, different places? How do you do it?
So it's different places, different children, or whoever still knows about the information. If they keep in touch or whatever with this, they give them out the word. So it's different locations, different places located in Lusaka, Zambia. And
Okay.
then my goal is
Now,
to reach out everywhere in Lusaka, Zambia.
wow. Well, you're doing a great job. Now, if someone is here, a Zambian is watching and say, "Wow, I have all these clothes, abana nabakula. I want to help." How can they help? What's the best way for
Um,
someone who's watching this program to help you?
so donation, donation with clothes, children's clothes, shoes. You know how important it is having shoes over there, and then deodorant. These things, the things that people need almost every day. They have it's going to help, and also if you don't have that, also donating with money, so that way, because shipping is expensive really in Africa, and then it takes like 3 months. So having the money, able to move things faster and help people in more places and quicker, and not just a one-time thing. We changing the
Hmm.
world just little by little. So whatever little or whatever donation, don't think it's too little, nothing's too little, nothing's too big. It helps, and
Okay,
everybody
wonderful,
count. Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen, if I'm sounding rushed, there is a reason. Our guest here has a limited time here with us, so I apologize if I'm sounding a little bit rushed or rushing our guest who's answering questions cool like a cucumber, like she doesn't have anywhere to go. So, how can someone reach you? Are you on Facebook? What's the best way to reach you? And if you have a Cash App number or a Cash App um, handle, uh, maybe you can share that and people can donate, or they can reach out to you
Okay.
on whatever social media handles.
Yes. So for now, I have a Instagram KJN Children's Compassion Outreach, and then I'll make a Facebook account for that, and also with the I have Cash App or Zelle, which is my name Maggie Mwamba, or Makeup with Mag. That's with Cash App. So
Mhm.
you can reach me anywhere, inbox or WhatsApp.
Wow, wow, wow. And if there are any comments, we'll be able to comments concerning Maggie so that she can hear those comments or she can respond to them or show them on the screen. And so, Maggie, I want to respect your time and I really appreciate you here. There's one more video I'd like for the audience to see. Oh, there you go. You have a comment from Mildred Nyama. She says, Maggie is Zambia. Wow, wow, wow.
Hey, mommy.
Good morning, Brenda. Brenda, morning, well. So we'll look at our young people. These are the youths. Figatulanda at the youth should do something. Here's the youth doing something out here. So I really appreciate this. So there's one more video I'd like for the audience to see, and just this video was so touching just to hear. I hope you'll be able to hear what this lady has to say. Mhm. So, those who may not understand Nyanja, I know not everybody is a Zambian that's listening to the program. The lady in the video, is just saying thank you and praising God for the efforts that Maggie and the KJN team have been able to do. Maggie, are there any last words you'd like to share with the audience? Anything that we haven't covered that you feel is important for them to know?
No, I think we covered about everything, and I appreciate for having me. This is a pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, wonderful. And for those who have any events coming up, you want your hair, your wig, my ladies, we know we wear wigs. You want your wig done, you can send them to her. She'll share her information. She can do your wigs. She'll do your makeup at any event, especially with the OZA event coming up. Please make sure you hire her because you know where that money is going. Look at all these children. How many of
Yeah,
us have been to Zambia? We see the street kids and we just say, yeah, Kuzambia, and we just come back from it and not do anything. Here's Maggie doing something about it, and I just want to commend her for her efforts. Maggie Natotila, thank you so much for joining us. And right
thank
before you
you.
go, I want you to meet another hero. Her name is Chalusha Kaonga, and I will be transitioning from Maggie to her. But if they can just say hi to one another. Chalusha, welcome.
Thank you so much, Matilda, for having me here. And hi,
You are
Maggie. How are
welcome.
you?
Hi, Charlie. Hi, I'm good. Thanks. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
All right. So
Yeah.
here we have another, and Maggie, thank you again for joining us. We have another hero who is not wearing a cape, but also is doing wonderful things. This is my dear friend Chalusha. Chalusha is in the New York area, and we started talking about something extremely random. And as we are talking about random things, she mentions her organization. And the more I heard about it, I said, you know what, this is not information for me to keep to myself. This is something our Zambian audience needs to hear. You know, there are people out there who are very well known on social media. I'm not calling out anyone. Maybe I'm one of those people who's known on social media. But Chalusha, within her network, within her contacts, she's doing so much more than some of the people out there, and this is just so amazing. So Chalusha is the founder of Chalusha Kaunga Hope Foundation, CKHF. Did I say that right?
Yes, please.
All right. So Chalusha, please tell us a little bit about yourself and the organization.
Thank you so much, Matilda, for having me here. And thank you so much for the viewers that are listening and watching at the same time. Thank you so much. Yes, so my name is Chalusha Kaunga. I was born in 1985 in Lusaka, Zambia. Maybe most of you might just see me on Facebook, but I am also the founder and the CEO of Chalusha Foundation.
Wow, Chalusha, that's a lot of information. Now we know your age. You're the first woman I know to say when she was born. The rest of us, we don't say. But it's
No, because
good.
I don't want to look old.
No, you don't look old at all. As I said, yeah, I introduced you guys as young people, and yes, you are young people. Now, how long
Yeah.
have you had this foundation? How long have you been doing this work?
Um, I'll say 6 years now.
Wow.
I believe I started this foundation back home because it was just in my heart. I believe that I'm somebody that have passion to help the needy. I remember when I was back home, my home was a welcome home. I would invite anyone to come home, eat food, hang around until I felt it in my spirit that one day I need to open a foundation that will help many people. If many people can come to my home and they feel at peace, definitely in the future we have to take care of many people as soon as possible. And here we are, we have this organization that we are running that is helping a lot of Zambians, especially widows and orphans.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. And I know you have a great team working with you both at home and in Zambia. I think we have a picture of your team. If we don't have it, I apologize. Let's see if we can pull it up. I think some of your one of there's this is your team in Zambia.
Yes, those are my amazing board members that I'm working with. They're a lovely team. They've been doing this since day one.
Oh wow. Wow. And I believe I think we also have there's your I recognize somebody over there. So that's your board here.
Yes, that's my team that I'm working with here.
Hmm. Okay, and one of the ladies there is a very good, very, very close friend of mine. Her name is Belina, and
Yeah.
she too, just being part of this great organization, is doing a wonderful work. I just want to commend you, Belina. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining hands with Chalusha. So, Chalu, how long? I mean, so we heard from Maggie. Maggie's feeding street kids, and she's helping people, different people that she's encountering. And with you, your organization is the same but slightly different. You are helping and feeding orphans and widows. Just talk about that.
Oh yeah. I've been helping the orphans and the widows back home in Zambia. There was a time in my life when I looked at these women being widows. It wasn't easy for them to take care of their children, especially those that are going to school, young children that are going to school. They have no husbands to take care of them. So when I saw that struggle, when I came here, when I relocated to the United States, it was just in me to reach out to these women so that we can at least help them with basic needs like shoes, clothes, um, backpacks for the kids to go to school, like any normal kids. Any normal kids, they need this, especially they don't have parents to buy these basic needs for their kids to go to school. So we uh, me and my team, we just thought of, you know what, if people can donate clothes, shoes, backpacks, we can help these women so that their kids can go to school. And thank God for our government for introducing free education. So you can't say
Mm,
that no, my kids can't go to school because of this. This is why we are there as Shalusha Hope Foundation to help them with little things. They can go a long way.
mhm. Wow. So the orphans and widows, where are they located? Is there a home or do they come to a certain location for you to help them?
So there's a place called George Compound in Lusaka,
Hmm.
Zambia. So this is where we gather these women that are vulnerable that needs our help. There's a place in George Compound. It's my cousin's place. So we asked for the space if they can help us so we can be having our meetings, our donations there. So this is the place that we have for now that we are working with these women.
We thank God for your cousin and your cousin's willingness to help you. Not everybody can do this. So
So
when you are out there feeding them, is it on a regular, do you have a schedule like every week, every month, or is it random, or is it special occasions?
I think I would say it's on special occasions, especially during Christmas time, because everyone
Mm,
wants to be with their families, with their beloved ones. So we pick this day just to put a smile on their faces. When other people are eating, celebrating Christmas, and then they have nothing to put on the table, I believe it's a sad moment for them. So we picked on this day so that they can have food on their table at that time during Christmas time.
wow, wow, wow. Yeah, some of the footage I had seen, Chalusha, sorry. I was so amazed. I saw footage of shoes, like brand new shoes and clothes and food, Millimil donated. If we can show our audience, we'll be able to run these different pictures as they come on. But as we wait for, look at that. These are
Wow.
new shoes, you guys. New shoes. This is amazing. This is a big deal for me. I mean, sometimes we have shoes and we throw them away. They can be gently worn. They can be new shoes. How are you doing this? This is just good. Inspire us.
Okay, that's a good question. When I introduced this foundation to people here in the United States, I told them about my vision, and thanks to the board members here in the United States, so they shared the information with their beloved ones, and that's how people
Mhm,
started donating shoes, clothes, secondhand clothes. Some of them are new. Some of them they just give out brand new shoes, new backpacks,
mhm.
and we gather them and ship them back home. Though it takes about 3 months for them to receive it, but it makes a difference.
Wow, wow, wow. So, those who are in the Northeast area and the New York area, if it's close enough for you, please get in touch with Chalushans and give donations. If you have things that you want to give away, you want to donate, you can also help her with shipping costs. I think the same goes with Maggie. Maggie is here in the southeast here in Florida. Those who are nearby in Orlando, Miami, wherever you are, but we're not limiting the help to these two places. If you're anywhere here in the United States and you want to help both these young ladies, if you want to help one or the other, I'm sure they will gladly receive that help. Now, as we were talking, you share the vision. I'm like, Chalusha is thinking. She's just not sitting there. She's thinking. You talked about what you are planning for the future 5-year program. Can you share that vision with us?
Thank you so much. When you have the vision and you have the passion in you to help these women, trust me, women are going through a lot back home, especially widows. So we have a plan of 5 years, of maybe in the future, we want to have an organization where we can put the money together, buy a big plot of land. From that
Mm-hmm.
land, we can empower these women. It's not every time that we have. Sometimes we too in the diaspora, we lack, it's not every time we have money on our table and we can just help out. We do help with the little that we have, but I believe 5 years, 10 years from now, we can maybe we can reach out to many organizations that are willing to come and help us with some funding, and we can buy a
Mm-hmm.
plot of land so that these women can call a home, an orphanage where they can call a home, and empower them with small businesses. It can be like my peanut butter, making machines. We can have a poetry. We can have different types of businesses that we can introduce to these women so that they can
Mm-hmm.
stand by themselves to help their families, the loved ones. And hopefully, that's how I feel. Maybe 10 years from now, we can even reach out to maybe parts of Zambia who knows, maybe Africa or the whole world.
Oh, go, go, go. I love it. Think big, think big. We're not going to stand still and wait for Oprah. At this time, we're going
We are
to take a
going.
we'll take a short commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, while we're waiting for the commercial break. Okay, all right. What you were seeing, ladies and gentlemen, those are the flyers. This is happening this weekend. Pastor Mwaka, who is no stranger to anyone. I mean, on this show, if you've been logged into Zambia Blog Talk Radio for as long as you have known, Pastor Mwaka has always been part of this program. And today she's celebrating 20 years of ministry. So if you saw that information, this is taking place in the Dallas area. It started yesterday. There are sessions going on. Yes, there were some sessions yesterday, some more sessions today, and tomorrow there's going to be a gala. So if you missed yesterday, Dallas people, try to attend today's sessions. And if it's too late for today, there's always a gala. There's that chance for you to wear that dress. But most importantly, let us support Pastor Mwaka. Let us show her some love and just be there for her. All right. Thank you. So, Chalusha, I'm so sorry.
So yeah, you can
Chalusha,
say Charlotte. It's
I,
fine either way. That's my name as well.
I will call you, I'll be very formal and call you Chalusha, Miss Kaonga. And you know what I liked about what you had said? It's not just feeding the children and the women or the grown-ups. You also want to provide a means for them to be able to sustain themselves. That's very big. I commend you for that. You're not just giving them a fish to eat, you want to teach them how to fish. So great, great, great job there on what you're doing. I we have one more guest, and Chalusha, don't go anywhere. Hopefully, our guest can come back. His name is Haggai, but I think we're having network problems today. He's been looking forward to this, but whenever he'll come on, we'll bring him on. And just a little bit about him. When he comes on, we'll go ahead and dive right into it. Haggai is someone who I met on TikTok, believe it or not, and he shares real stories. And I mean, what you guys are doing are real stories, but that's what he is doing. He goes out there, he will highlight something, and then talk to people, talk to the audience, the listening audience, about what's going on. So yes, we are talking about not all heroes wear capes, and um, my current guest right now is Miss Chalusha Kaonga. We spoke to Maggie Mwamba earlier. So Chalusha, these are the widows or the orphans. Are some of them a family unit, or are they just separate? The widows are by themselves, and these orphans are separate from them.
These widows, we just went randomly. There was a time that we had gone to listen to their stories, and that's how we picked up these women. And later on, we found like street kids, without mother, no father, like double orphans. So it's just from there's no family involved. It's just people that we picked who are going through hard times in their lives.
Hmm. Yeah, and one thing, Chalusha, is sometimes people want to do something that you're like what you're doing, or something like what Maggie and Haggai are doing. How did you start that initial thing? Like, here's a person, this is what I'm going to do. Was it somebody you knew at first, or was it just a very random person?
I would say it was just random people with real stories. I remember sending my team back home because I'm not just working by myself. I have a team that I'm working with back home, and shout out to them. They're the best. So they reach out in George Compound. You know, George Compound is underprivileged community. So they reached out just to hear their stories, and that's how they started telling them, "No, my husband died. I have no one to take care of me. Things are hard." So from there, just us having the heart to help, we were like, okay, I think these people are going through a lot. So we went in and chipped in, and that's how we picked them and say, okay, we'll be helping you time to time when we gather some funds, and we'll be getting you some food, especially mini meal, maybe malasha, or food like my beans, this and that, and that's how we came
Mhm.
across those women.
You were not afraid of scammers. Kylie, on my inbox, more somebody inboxes you, you're not sure.
No, actually, because when people are going through real issues, you would tell. You have that compassionate, so like, okay, this is real story. This is actually happening. They are going through hard situations. So we chipped in and said, okay, we'll help you. Not only that, we are just helping these women. Trust me, we are helping hundreds, because the ones that we picked are those ones that are they are our own. But there are other people that we also take care of. Let me just say 100 plus, together with orphans.
Mm. Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow, wow. Awe Mulevomba. This is amazing, guys. I don't know. I'm touched by what you are doing, what Maggie's doing, because a lot of times we just sit there and wish that we can do something. And we have a message here from Peter Mwamba says, "Amen, powerful daughter." That's thank you so much for that message. A lot of times we want to do something and we're not doing anything about it. Good morning, Winnie Sonda. Winnie Sonda also has Hope Foundation, and I believe Chalusha, you've also been
Okay.
able to help her with her foundation. I have seen you attend some of her galas, so this is wonderful. Watching from
Inspired
Zambia,
me a lot.
they keep on with the good works. This is Dominic Simtanda. Thank you so much, Dominic. Proud of my CEO. Yes, is that one of your team members?
That's actually our chairman.
Oh, my chair. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mildred Nyama joined from the US. Good cause, ladies. This is wonderful. Thank you, Pastor Allen. Awesome work. Yes, indeed. This is welcome. And we don't have to wait for the church. Sometimes the church is helping, sometimes they're not, but we are the hands and feet of Christ. Way to go,
Yeah.
Chalusha Kaonga. This is amazing. Keep up the great work. This is
Thank
Febi
you.
Kaira.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Yes.
My inspiration as well.
Powerful vision. I agree with that, for Dominic. Indeed. Good morning, Miss Clotilda. Thank you so much for joining. Look at the amazing people we have in our community, Clotilda. Evelyn Salale says, nice one, Chalusha Kaonga.
Thank you.
This
That's
is
nice.
wonderful. So
You're
there's that
motivating me.
there's that invisible
It's
cape. I
like,
don't know if you guys can
trust me,
see this flapping.
I feel like, okay, okay, I'm making a difference.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And around Christmas time, we get overwhelmed. We're saying, there's no one to help. What are we going to do? And I thank you for it. So, Chalusha, just hang out a little bit. Let me bring on Mr. Haggai. He's been having network issues, but he's our last guest today. And we will have Mr. Haggai. I hope everything is now connected. Haggai Kasonga, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, madam?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. I've been struggling with network issue. So now,
W-
thank God I'm
Yes,
actually connected. Sure.
this is good. And I know a lot of people in Zambia are struggling with that, but we hope that it will last for the rest of the program. So I have known Mr. Haggai for maybe a year. I see him on TikTok from time to time. I log in, I find him talking. Sometimes we are on a chat. On TikTok, he's called Mwana Wamfumo, right? And
Exactly.
and whenever this man speaks on those round table panel discussions, this man has got wisdom, you guys. You will have to know him on that level. But today I want to highlight him because he's one person who shares real stories. And Haggai, if you can just come on and tell us about yourself and the real stories, and then we can jump into it.
Okay, thank you so much. My full name's Haggai Kasanga. Actually, born and raised from Copper Belt in Chingola. So
Okay.
the way I came up with real stories, actually everything I tell actually just real. I do my field work, especially on Saturdays, hearing from people and getting stories from people, especially uh, uh, the community where I am actually, Mtendere East, as well as Chainama. So I go around in the field asking people questions, and I get actually answers of real stories they tell, especially orphans and as well as widows. Sure.
Okay. All right. And so so one of the real stories I had seen, and this is when you and I started having a conversation, you had posted, and we don't have that video, but you had posted a video of some children. I think I'm not sure. You can tell us how you found them. I wish we had the video to post. And you highlighted to say, where are you and where's your mother? The mother wasn't there, or maybe she was there, but the mother was asking for help. The children's clothes were torn, and so on, and were just looking starved. How do you find these children?
Actually, how I found them, I was actually coming from work, and a lady approached me. She was asking for help, and
Mm.
through giving her help, I wanted to know more about her and the background. She just told me that the husband left and married another woman. Actually, she explained a lot of things, and that's where I now got this woman and the children, and I started supporting them. So what I do in my salary, I get 4% of my salary every month. I buy washing powder, cooking oil, and sometimes a bag of meal. At least every month, I do that for this family. So I just get them as my family, knowing that the husband left a long time ago. So those 4 kids, they are actually my children right now. I'm taking care of them. Sure.
Wow. You
Exactly.
guys, 4% is, it might not sound like a lot, and but this is a lot. And we're talking about someone in Zambia. I'm not asking you to expose your salaries, but those of you who are listening in abroad, our friends, our colleagues, yes, you know, we can't compare to what we get. And he is doing that with just 4%. How much more can we do if we just give a 4% of what we that we earn and helped Mr. Mr. Haga, Mr. Kasanga. So you started with that family, but you have moved on, and you're doing so much more. Just is there a story that you'd like to highlight, to talk about, and just one story that really moved you and how you got help?
Okay, all right. The other story is about a woman actually who went through amputation, and her leg was cut because of diabetes. So I actually threw myself, because I'm now making an organization working on it. If you are looking for funds, so that I come up with this organization, but I managed to raise money, and I bought her a wheelchair, and we delivered the wheelchair in the hospital. I think I just shared the video, but I don't know how
Yes.
long the video is. But I shared that video of we donated a wheelchair for this lady who her leg was actually caught through diabetes. Sure.
Yes, and we have footage of that video. as we have been calling her our mama.
Sure.
This can be your grandmother, it can be my grandmother, it can be anyone's grandmother. We just run we just run a short we'll run footage of that video.
Sure.
Mhm. So that's our grandmother there. It's not someone who's related to Mr. Kasanga. He's not related to anybody, but I mean to us here on the show, but he is related to someone who was not able to help, and Mr. Kasanga stepped in to help. That's very touching, and I really commend you. As mentioned before, I found this young man on TikTok, and he's been sharing a lot of videos. Now, sometimes I believe you might receive some negative feedback when they say, why can't they do this? Why can't they start their own business? Other people are doing this and that. What is your response to people when they come with that negative energy?
Okay, what I can say, everyone is born with their own talent. Okay, so my talent is to help the community. So I don't mind what people say or talk about me. Negatives are, they motivate me most of the time. So negative words, negative energy, they build me each and every time, because I know that if I don't get negative words, I'm not going to move. I'll make sure that
Mm.
I welcome each and every negative words from people, and I'll pick it up from there next day and move. Sure.
This guy is a superman. Not
Yeah.
everybody can take negative words and turn them into energy. Others, negative words will just pile up and it will destroy their efforts. But with you, you're saying, bring it on. The more negative the energy, the more I'm going to do this. And
Exactly.
so, with the family that you started with, and there are so many hundreds of people you have helped, how is your family in this? How did your wife take it the first time you said, I'm going to bring extra children, extra people in this house?
Okay, actually, before I met my wife, the whole thing started with my parent. My parent actually
Hmm.
is the one. My father inspired me a lot. He used to pick kids from the street, taking them to school. By then, he was just keeping livestock, pigs, and other stuffs. So I was inspired. Even when I asked him, "Who is this one?" He said, "No, we are just helping this person." So I was inspired through my father, and I told my wife that this is what we are going to do even right now. Helping is actually something that we need to put first. If I need the same way I need food, someone out there needs food the same way. So I cannot eat, then I throw the rest of the food. No, I need to think of others. So that's the first thing, especially orphans. Orphans, they do not have any extra hands. We are their hands. We need to put our hands together and help them. So if I have extra food, make sure that I do what I help. So I brought this family and we discussed with my wifey, and my wife also actually is in it, and we're helping each other with my wife.
Hmm.
Sure.
You are blessed. You are blessed because I know times are hard in Zambia. Everybody is thinking about how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay rent, survive, feed? Because you have children of your own. And here you are doing extra and extra work. Now, for those who are listening, there are people in Zambia who are listening, there are people abroad. How can they help? How would you want them to help?
Okay, they can reach. Since I'm actually new on TikTok, they can just reach me out on TikTok, Mwanamfumo, and real life stories. With my phone number is 096 plus 26 0960 94 99 81, and that number is on WhatsApp, or they can send me an email, h600 497 at gmail.com. So then they can
Okay.
reach me. Sure. Thank you.
We'll be sharing those numbers. We'll be rolling them on the screen here shortly. And if you can just send me a text of your phone numbers and a way to contact you, we'll put that on the screen. Chalusha, I know if you can, we'll also bring your information on the screen as well. And
Sure.
has there, other than Bambuya, I mean, after you help people like Bambuya or the children that you've helped, the random people, do you have a follow-up to come back and check on them, or is it something there where you reach out to the community, the public helps, plus with what you're doing, you help and then you move on? Have a, do you ever look back to check on them to see how they're doing?
Exactly. I always do that because, especially those young kids, they even take me as their uncle. So anytime they see me, they'll be like, "Oh, uncle." So anytime when I'm free, especially weekends, those small young kids, I even put them together with my children. I take them out at this East Park Mall. They go and enjoy themselves, and then I bring them back home. So especially
Okay.
on weekends, exactly.
All right. Wow. 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 Other than you, is anybody else who's helping you in Zambia?
Right now, I can say, okay, let me say a few people are actually trying to help me because I think I'm not that exposed so much on social media. Even when I'm helping, I'm not exposed, like taking pictures and videos, but I'll start maybe later. That's why people can't even come through because I don't post videos mostly when I'm helping people. Sure.
No, I've noticed that. You will post when you need, when you will highlight a help and people
Yes,
respond. And
exactly.
you come back and thank them. I've been watching you, so I know. You will
Sure,
come
sure.
back and say thank you, but
Ex-
you don't show that you don't show the right hand what the left hand is doing. You just say,
Exactly.
okay, guys, there's this help. When the help comes, you say, guys, those who helped, thank you, thank you, thank you. We helped this person. I know
And
you don't have that
I think the
footage.
reason why I even shared the video of Mbuya because actually
Mhm.
some people donated money, and I actually wanted to show people to say the money you sent, this is the wheelchair we got.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
And it's not only wheelchair. Remember, there are hospital bills and other things. So the money people sent actually helped a lot because Bambuya right now stays in the village. That's where she lives. Exactly.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Mhm.
So these stories, do you encounter them or do people reach out to you first?
Most of the time I go in the field to check on these young people, especially bambuyas. I follow up bambuyas because bambuyas are the ones keeping those orphans. So I follow up on bambuya or grandmothers. That's where I go, and when I talk to them, they will tell me exactly about what's going on. And sometimes people just inbox me, and then I meet up with them. We have a chat just like that. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Um, I do want to, I would like for us to go on and on and on, but let me bring in Chalusha so that we can be able to conclude the program. Oh, I've lost my information. Just a moment. Miss Chalusha, I was trying to type out your information and I pressed something on my screen and I can't
Okay,
get back.
sorry.
I can't seem to get back. I'm sorry. Okay, Chalusha, I don't think we were able to get your information.
Okay.
Maggie is still there. Oh, thank you so much, Maggie, for joining us. I thought we had completely lost you. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the heroes I wanted to highlight. We have Maggie Mwamba with KJN Children's Compassion Outreach, Chalusha Kaonga, Hope Foundation, and Haggai Kasanga with Real Stories. So these are our heroes, and I know there are so many people doing more. And if you'd like for us to highlight you, please let us know so that we can show you, we can get word out there, and we can have more people involved. And I think, Chalusha, you have shared a number in Zambia for those who'd like to reach you. What is that number?
The number is 260-096-5177-190. And they can also
Okay.
reach us on Facebook, Chalusha Kaonga Hope Foundation.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. We will roll that information concerning your organization as well. And Maggie, I just want to let you know the Orlando people are watching you. Zifa people are saying they're giving out their shout outs in WhatsApp. We are so proud of you here in Florida with all the work that you're doing. So that is Chalusha Kaunga Hope Foundation information. That's the best number to reach CEO or their chairperson in Zambia or their team in Zambia. You can send a message there. If you're here in the United States and you know Miss Chalusha, you can reach out. You can find her on Facebook, Chalusha Kaonga or Chalusha Kaonga Hope Foundation. And Maggie, let me see if we have your information. How can people reach you? I don't think we can hear you. All right. We'll get back to Maggie. If they are in, okay, Maggie, you back? Let's see. Okay, Maggie, I'm sorry, we can't hear you. For some reason, I think you're muted. Can you try to unmute?
Hello, yes. Can you hear me now?
Okay, great. Yes, perfect.
Yes. I was saying they could if it's in Zambia, they could reach my mom, Mary Zulu. I'll get her number. I don't know her number, sorry. But also they could reach me also Maggie Wamba, Facebook or Instagram, Divine Beauty by Mag, or even my phone number 407-653-7047.
407.
653-7047.
All right. All right, we'll share that information. Okay, so we have some more at Hello Vakitwe. This is Eli Vasili. Hello Vakitwe, Valemi Posha. Vakitwe, whoever Vakitwe is, Vami Posha. Okay, good works, Mr. Kasanga. May God continue to bless you via your giving. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, please link up with any one of these people. If you want to be a part of the organization, you have some land, you'd like to work with Miss Chalusha and say, I have this land, I'm not doing anything. You can reach out to her. You want to help Maggie. With Maggie, she goes to Zambia, she comes back, but she's not just saying, yeah, the people in the streets. There's so many street kids. She's doing something about it. So if you want to partner with Maggie, she's helping those street kids. And Mr. Haggai, I'm on the TikTok streets these days. If you're ever on TikTok and you see someone's name, Wanamfumu, that's Haggai Kasanga. He has he's got a lot of real stories. They're very touching, and your money goes a long way. I helped Mr. Kasanga with something that I thought was very minute. The gratitude this man expressed, you'd think I sent him $10,000, and just the fact that he's talking about 4% of his salary in Kwacha. Guys, we can do something. Those who are here in the United States, you want to send, we have Amazon. Amazon can work with both Maggie and Chalusha in sending things. Contact them, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that, I want to thank my guests for joining us. And just one quick word of 30 seconds each, and then we'll conclude our show. And I'll give you more information about the conference going on today. I'll start with you, Maggie. One last word.
So I didn't hear what you said.
Do you have any last word for the viewers?
Oh, yeah, I just want to say thank you for everyone that tuned in to watching, and then please help and support so we can keep this moving because it's the bigger goal.
That's right. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Maggie. I can you guys see her cape there flapping? Chalusha,
I
one
see
last
it.
word.
Yes, thank you so much for the viewers that tuned in to watch and listen. And thank you so much, Matilda, for having us here to tell the whole world what we do in Chalusha Hope Foundation. And if people don't mind, we have these t-shirts. I'm wearing one of
Oh,
Chalusha Hope.
wow. Wow.
So if you want to support us, you can get these t-shirts and we'll deliver to you to just help
How much are
these
those
women and
t-shirts?
widows. For now, let's just say, let them call that number that we dropped to find out for
Okay.
more information. Yeah.
I will be sure to get one. I think we've
Yeah.
lost Mr. Haggai, network issues. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. You have a great Saturday. I hope this message has touched you. And we'll be doing more and more of these programs. Not all heroes wear capes. And these young people are doing amazing work. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, as we go, those in the Dallas area, please make sure you support Pastor Mwaka. 20 years is not easy to remain in ministry. 5 minutes, Ilashopa. 20 years is a long time. So if you can, please make your way to the conference tonight. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. Have a great day. Zambia Blog Talk Radio.